Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. Welcome to a new episode of today's Best Stock Picks. It is Tuesday morning, February 16th, 2021, coming out of a long three-day weekend. Hopefully everybody is safe. We're getting some crazy weather in the country right now. I think there was a foot of snow in Texas over the weekend. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to go a little bit off the beaten path. We have roughly 12 stocks we're going to take a look at today, but we're going to start out with Bitcoin related stocks and whether or not it's too late to buy them after they've already doubled in price over the last 10 days, roughly. If you find these videos helpful, and especially if you'd like to get some more education from us, definitely click down and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. But just as importantly, I'd like to help you. If you have any questions about any of the stocks that we talk about in these videos, definitely leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Look, you have questions, as soon as I can, I'll get back. It's kind of important to really go through the ideas. It's one thing to call them out. It's another thing if you have a question, and if I can help you make better decisions, that would be kind of cool. Of course, everything that we talk about here is for educational purposes only. You have to make those decisions on your own about when to buy and when to sell, right? So we're going to head right on over to the charts. We're going to start out with a stock called Riot, and we're also going to take a look at Mara, M-A-R-A. But first, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and where it's trading right now. And I think you're going to be surprised at my answer about whether or not I'll be buying Riot today based on what the chart does, because we're kind of extended past what we might call the optimal entry. However, the reason we're looking at Riot in the first place is still strong. And I'm going to show you what I mean by taking a look at the chart. So obviously, we're going to start out. Here's Riot, right? And we're going to take a look at the reason we're looking at it, which is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin actually traded through 50,000 yesterday. Now, normally I would say that we don't want to be buying into a stock that's pushed too far too fast. But the reason everybody's looking at Riot right now is because of the surge in Bitcoin, and specifically over the last few weeks and during February. So if I could tell you here in Riot, you can see that Riot pretty much trades in lockstep. Now, normally, this is a little bit extended. It's way past the optimal entry, which was a little bit lower, around 25, almost $27 ago. So what does that mean? We have two factors at play right now. We essentially have Bitcoin taking off into new historical levels, but just prior to it taking off, it's paused for roughly 5 days. If we go back to that chart. So what does that mean? What exactly does that mean as far as the trade? So you can see here in February, we're looking at the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th. It continued to trade through the holiday, right? It's not extended. That's kind of the point here. It's paused for 5 days before taking off, hitting 50,000. There's going to be a lot of attention on it today. But here's the thing with Riot. Is it the optimal entry? No. You can definitely say that it paused here. It went from 42, pulled back to 32.50. So this was a $10 pause here. And these are the first 2 days outside of that pause. So here's how I'd actually be managing this position for myself. I don't think it's too late to get involved. I do think it's too late to get involved from a swing trading perspective with full share size. So I'd have a little bit less share size on my initial entry with the goal of entering in two different pieces. So because it's a little bit past, because we're also watching Bitcoin at 50,000, it really depends on how Bitcoin holds the bid at 50,000 and whether or not we will be building that position as it moves in our favor. If we get involved up here and it pulls back, not a big deal. We didn't have our full share size on, but if Bitcoin holds, gets more attention and takes off, this stock could easily see $70. And same thing with Mara, should be another sister stock that you should be paying attention to up here as well. You can see that they're both trading higher. So really what I want to get across here is I'm looking to be long. I'm looking to be a buyer in Riot and Mara based on the Bitcoin price action, but I'm not looking to be in full size because of how far and how fast they've come recently. Other stocks that are on the list today, Chewy is definitely one. You can see that it gave us a really clean energy candlestick, good volume, good trading from open to close, traded much higher, took out the 112 level that we're looking for. Now we're looking to trade beyond Friday's high, looking for a new swing trade long. CRM, Salesforce, actually setting up one of what is now considered a reversal. So again, reversals are usually the start of a move where you don't trade full share size. And to give you a little bit more context, this is really what we're looking at the last 3 or 4 weeks. In this window over here, CRM, Salesforce was really strong. Then they had earnings come out, and then they actually had the acquisition of Slack, all kind of in the picture over the last several weeks, probably the last couple of months. And now it's kind of absorbed that, reversed a little bit, and now we're looking for it to make its way back up to the 260, 270 area. Okay, so I really like this as a potential trade long today. DHR is another one, actually got up and through the 244 level. Today, I'm not looking to enter today. I'm setting up a trade for the week where I'm looking for it to hold the bid above 244, close above yesterday's high, close above yesterday's close. If that happens, I'll be looking to initiate a new position. Tiger is one that we called out about a week and a half ago. We traded into what we call a bullish U-turn yesterday, looking for a new long in Tiger today as well. Lazard is one that we get a lot of questions about, very challenging, but now you can see it finally broke through. 36 has been the level that I personally have been watching. Went well bid through that level, closed strong through that level. Now looking to start initiating a new swing trade here as well. VRM is one, if you've been a regular viewer of the channel, we actually noticed accumulation down here in December, got a nice rally. Stock kind of pulled back a little bit, held the bid, and now actually a nice pause after a push. We've been watching it at this 50 level. If it can finally get through 52, 53, it's got some room to go. Nautilus is another one that actually is in the list, kind of trading Nautilus versus Peloton. Looks like Nautilus is a little bit stronger today, opening up higher, looking for a new swing trade here as well. Etsy, again, Nautilus instead of Peloton for me today. Etsy, ETSY, and I can't spell ETSY. Really good clean pause here into fresh highs. Really nice consolidation here for 5 days. You can see it's actually opening up clean here as well. Marvel, a little bit slower moving stock, but you can see here it just broke the recent bearish order flow to trade into a nice energy candlestick. Usually look for about $5 out of this trade. Last but not least, we're looking at DraftKings. DraftKings actually had a trade where we're looking at over here, punching through 55, looking for new all-time highs. Finally got to all-time highs. Did not hold the bid there. So now we kind of have very similar to Apple where it's a double top up here. I like the pullback into consolidation. I'm looking to start a new position with half of my share size and look for it to take out the 65 level before I put on a new trade. So it's kind of off the beaten path here today, talking first about Bitcoin, but really Bitcoin stocks and how those trades relate to what Bitcoin itself is doing. It's a little bit extended. A little bit. So I'm not going to be in there with full share size, but I do like the volatility. I like the obvious order flow. It's just a question what kind of follow through we get in those stocks here today too. Didn't forget about the cannabis stocks last week. Tilray, we actually had a very specific play that we called out on Tilray last week. We were looking for it to open lower and close strong. It did open lower. We got a little bit of a rally during the day, got a quick day trade in there, but did not close the way we wanted to. So we didn't hold it. Had a few comments last week, which were good comments. I like the feedback. Again, subscribe to the channel and let me know about any comments you have about what we're watching. But here's the thing. If you really want to take your trading to where you're in control of what you're doing, we were very specific about what we called. I had a couple of people say your call was wrong. You have to listen to the whole call. I said, if it closes strong, we're going to look to carry overnights, which is why we said, should you buy the dip, not get in there and buy the dip. And that's really what professional trading is, which is building a trading plan and understanding what you're going to do, and then only acting if you get what you need to see. So we're going to look for the same thing today in Tilray and CGC as well. We're going to look for what we call well bid. We want to see higher highs, higher lows, closing on the highs. If we get that, we'll look to jump back into that as well too. So again, you need that whole plan to unfold before you put on positions. So I love the feedback. I love the comments. Definitely leave a comment below about anything we discussed today, and my team and myself will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day, everybody.